Hello, welcome to Monday morning's recap. In Israel, according to French Foreign Minister Monsieur Bernard Kouchner, last week's statement of cooperation by Iran concerning their report to the International Atomic Energy Association, this statement does not change the present attitude of the French government nor its perception of the situation in Iran. Monsieur Kouchner is presently in Israel for meetings with officials from the Israeli government, as well as officials from our Arab Muslim neighbors. Monsieur Kouchner reiterated his government's pledge to, quote, never compromise on Israel's security, end quote. If published reports are correct, and if there are no changes in his stated intentions, Admiral Mike Mullen has received and accepted an invitation to visit Israel. Admiral Mullen is the chairman of the United States Joint Chiefs of Staff. His Israeli counterpart, Chief of Staff Gabi Ashkenazi, issued the invitation. And Hasid Avraham Mandrowitch was arrested here last Friday morning, and his extradition to the United States is likely. Mr. Mandrowitch fled America in 1984. Mr. Mandrowitch is charged there with sexual assault, and his victims are now between the ages of 35 and 45. It is expected that due to new legislation concerning extradition from Israel, that Mr. Mandrowitch will indeed be returned to America to face those charges. As of January 2008, those of us living in Israel can expect a hike in the rate we pay for household water. It is expected that the price increase will be a fraction more than 11%. And finally, Saturday night's soccer game between Russia and Israel was the most widely watched program in Russia. The Russian team lost with a final score of Israel 2, Russia 1. ONE1. Now a recap from the world. Recently, the president of GAP, Marka Hansen, announced a new package of measures tightening the controls on child labor at their international factories. Quoting Marka Hansen, "Under no circumstances is it acceptable for children to produce or work on garments for us. It's non-negotiable." End quote. Friday, in Pakistan, Ms. Benazir Bhutto was released from house arrest. Again. And in Saudi Arabia, a woman raped 18 months ago by 7 men in the village of Qatif has received a new sentence for being in an automobile with her attackers. The rape victim was found guilty of being in the company of men to whom she is not related, none of whom were her husband. In Saudi Arabia, this infraction of the Saudi law is punishable by lashes. The rape victim, known to us only as the Qatif girl, has now been sentenced to 90 lashes per year. And from Iraq, it has been reported that another mass grave has been found just outside of Baghdad. In a separate report from that country, Lieutenant Justin Cole, with the U.S. military in Iraq, has stated that hostile intent was the reason for the air and ground action just north of Baghdad, slaying dozens of Sunnis. There is conflicting statement from the Iraqi contingency. It is unclear as to whether or not the action killed Iraqi forces mistaken for al-Qaeda sympathizers, or if the slain Iraqis were themselves part of the Sunni force ruling in and defending the village of Taji. That is Monday morning's news recap. This program is dedicated to bringing you fact without commentary. And I am Aviva Lee in Jerusalem from room 903 for Israel 24/6. Thank you and shalom.